Hi there, Stampers. Welcome to Lori's Stampin' Creations, and I appreciate you stopping by today. I'm going to do a video today that I like to call SU Switcharoo. And I apologize, I haven't done this video for a while. I've just been busy with other things and remodeling and new flooring at the house and busy at work and just all kinds of things going on. But I wanted to get back and do another SU Switcharoo video for you folks. So once again, it is Saturday evening, and I am sharing what I like to do with the SU Switcharoo is I case the catalog. I just pick out a card that I like and switch it a little sometimes, or sometimes I switch it up a lot to make it my own. And I ended up with a real pretty spring flower card today, and I will share that with you. So without further ado, let me get you SU Switcharoo. One moment please while I switch the camera. All right, so hopefully we'll get this position so you can see my hands and the project. So like I said, it is spring. I should have been working on fall cards, but I just love these colors and the way this turned out with this real pretty flower. So I did case this card. Like I say, that's the whole idea in my SU Switcharoo videos. On page 70 in the Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog, let me get this out here so you can see it up close and personal. So this card right here, and I will tell you what I did change a little bit. So my card has the ribbon right here as opposed to underneath the sentiment like they had it. And this stamp set that's called Flowering Blooms, I got the stamp set, but for some reason I did not get the dies. So I'll bring the stamp set up here up close and personal. So I use this real pretty flower here, and then the thank you for my sentiment. And I don't know why I didn't get the dies, but anyway, I had to switch it up and use something different. So instead of the dies that were in the catalog, that's the flowering dies, which is right down here. There's dies that will cut out the flowers, and then there's this decorative edge down here. But I used something completely different, and I thought it turned out really well with that detailed bottom there, you can see. So I used the, what's it called? Perfect Parcel dies. Perfect Parcel dies, and in particular, this one. And I just cut two of them. So I don't know if you can see that very well in this light. But I cut two detailed dies and use that. So you know what? If you want to case something out of the catalog, you folks can do the same thing. Just switch it up and use something that you have in your stamping supplies, just like I did. So my color combo, I wanted to share that with you. Like I said, I used spring colors, and I used Old Olive, Pear Pizzazz, Very Vanilla, Petal Pink, and Terracotta Tile. So those 5. And then what else did I use? This circle die right here where the verse is, I used the Stitched Shapes dies and this small circle that's sticking out there. So if you do not have stitched shapes, I highly recommend it. It's, I mean, I use this a lot. It's got the squares and the ovals and the circles, so, you know, you can't go wrong with the stitched shapes. So that's what those are. And let's see what else. When Stampin' Up!, when the artist colored this flower, I think they used one of our new painters or watercolor painters, but I did it a little different, and I'm going to share with you right now what I did to color my flowers. Now there's all different things you can do when you color and different Stampin' Up! Products to use, but on this stamp, this big flower stamp, I just took some sponge daubers to start out with and the Petal Pink ink pad, Okay, and a sponge dauber, and just got my pink on here first of all. I don't know if you can see this, but I just dabbed real pretty petal pink is of course a real light color, so I colored my flower, and you get the idea. I'm not going to spend a lot of time, but color the flower in the pink. And then I took the Pear Pizzazz, which is the lighter of the two greens, and I took another sponge dauber in the Pear Pizzazz and just picked up the leaves. So I colored the stem and the leaves in the lighter shade, went up here and did all my leaves and stuff like that. And then to highlight the edges, I just took the markers. So I took my terracotta tile and the brush tip and just went all the way around the flower. Obviously this is going to be a real quick version, but if you highlight all the way around the flower in the terracotta tile, and then you do the same with the darker, the old olive, using our Stamping Right markers, and just highlight all the way around here, all the way. So you've got two tones. So you'll have the light green and the dark green, and the light pink and the dark pink with the terracotta tile all the way around there. And you end up with a real pretty flower that's highlighted in the two tones. So I was pleased with the way that turned out. Like I said, Stampin' Up! Did not color theirs that way, but that's how I wanted to do that, just using the sponge daubers, ink pads, and the Stampin' Right markers. So yeah, that's it. I used Thank You from that set, from the Flowering Blooms, and then the bottom, I already talked about that. So that is it. Now, if you are watching this video on my YouTube channel, I appreciate you stopping by. And you can also watch this video on my stamping blog at createwithlori2.blogspot.com. Once again, I'm Lori Helvig. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I so appreciate you watching my video. If you have any questions, please let me know. Until the next time, have a good weekend. Happy stamping!